Hello viewers, welcome to our lecture series on contemporary issues in business and management, and we are going to have our discussion on a very pertinent topic of business and management, that is marketing in the digital era, to which we are fondly calling it to be a digital marketing, but we are going to do marketing in the digital era, and this is a new reality for the entire business scenario, wherein everything is going digital, starting from production process to pricing to channels of distribution and promotion. You name an activity and there is a digital presence of the same. So, keeping that in mind, I thought it very pertinent to have this as one of our important topics for discussion under this head of contemporary issues in business and management. So, I will be telling you about the marketing in the digital environment, the way it is changing, what has changed, what are the new expectations from the marketers when the environment has gone digital. What are the significant changes we are going to witness in terms of macro and micro environment when we are talking about performing the activities of marketing in the era which is called as digital. The kind of change we are witnessing, what is the rate and pace of change, what are the technological forces digital media and marketing mix, and the way this entire marketing mix is being defined in this digital era, that all is something which I am going to discuss with you in today's lecture of mine. So, let us start with the digital macro environment, where we will be talking about the rate of environmental change. We can talk about multiple factors starting from technological forces to economic, political, legal and social, but keeping in mind the very soul of this topic, that we have to talk about marketing in the digital era. I would actually be focusing upon the technological forces, the way the technology has come to our rescue, and technology has made most of our task as marketer to be very easy and quite significant, also to be very easy and quite smooth going, and you can contact your customer on the real time basis, on 24/7. So, this is a new reality, this is the new market where we have customers who are information rich but time poor. They do not have time to think again and again, think twice, thrice. But yes, of course, they are information rich, they have complete information, rather we can say they are very close to the complete information about the market, about the available brands, about the available options. So, everything is there on just a mouse click, and they can have access to any and every information. So, let us talk about exploring the macro environment forces, wherein we will be focusing on the potential relevance of each towards digital marketing strategies, and I will be telling you about the technological forces where technology has come to our benefit, come to our rescue. So, the key reason, or the main reason for keeping track of changes in the macro environment is to be aware of the way these changes are resulting into change in social behavior. There are new laws and technological innovation can create opportunities, but yes, along with the opportunities they do pose certain threats. So, we have got immense opportunities, but yes, threats are also there, challenges are also there. So, keeping that in mind, I just thought of letting you go through the different points, or what you can say is the broad contours of the marketing in the digital era. So, we will be talking about the changes in the macro environment, the way they are causing, or the way they are acting as a catalyst towards change in the social behavior. There are new laws, there are new regulations. We talk about the Information Technology Act now as far as India is concerned. We talk about IT Act, we talk about how to behave like a responsible netizen, wherein while posting on social media, or wherein while posting your advertisements on different platforms, you should behave like a responsible citizen. The same is applicable for both, not only the customers, but also for the marketers. So, it is of course giving us presenting before us the huge opportunities, but along with that there are various threats, various challenges also which are there in store for us. So, organizations which are monitoring and responding effectively to their macro environment, they can create differentiation and competitive advantage which can enable that business to survive and prosper. So, these companies, they are not only monitoring, but also responding effectively to these macro environment changes. Now, the question comes, the pace of change is very high, the rate of environmental change is very high. So, in this digital world, changes in market forces are increasingly rapid. So, at times marketers are lagging behind because of the rapid change in this entire market, because the pace of change is quite high. So, firms nowadays, what is the challenge? The biggest challenge is that firms should respond to these changes, emerging opportunities and threats by developing strategic agility. There is a new term which is coming in front of us called strategic agility, which means you have to be agile, but while maintaining that agility, you have to be strategic in terms of your attitude or aptitude. So, the question comes, my dear learners, at times people ask me, what is this strategic agility all about? So, I thought of defining it, what exactly it is. If you ask me from the marketer's point of view, that how do we define strategic agility? So, if I am a marketer, as a marketer, my capability to innovate and gain competitive advantage within a marketplace, and while doing so, I have to monitor changes within an organization's marketplace, and then efficiently I have to evaluate alternative strategies, I have to select, I have to review, and then I have to implement appropriate strategies. So, it is not going into the isolation that yes, you are formulating a strategy and then you are implementing it. While formulating your strategy, you have to understand as a marketer that whether I am going to innovate as per the market requirement or not. And while doing that innovation, I should ensure that my product must gain some competitive advantage within the marketplace. And while doing so, we have to monitor changes within the organization's marketplace, and then we have to go for evaluating alternative strategies. It is not like that I have implemented one strategy and then I am resting assured that yes, this strategy is going to be a big hit. At times we are reviewing and reevaluating or evaluating our strategies, and there can be a possibility that what was successful, what was a big hit yesterday, today it may not be the appropriate strategy. So, we have to implement the appropriate strategies which are as per the requirement of the market, and this is collectively, this all is called as strategic agility. So, when we talk about the response rate of the firms in relation to the rate of environmental change, I would say that the companies must respond to these changes, emerging opportunities and threats together. They should know that yes, out of these changes, these are the opportunities which are coming in front of us, but along with that, what challenges we are going to face while going for developing our strategies. This all is called as strategic agility. So, the market is demanding from the marketers to be strategically agile. You are not only supposed to be agile, but you have to be strategically agile. Now, let us understand what is there, what are the different components of change makers, what are the different variants of changes which we are going to witness while doing marketing, while performing the activities of a marketer in the era which is completely digital. So, the technological forces, they are playing a very vital role, and of course, we are talking about technology only. So, here there are certain subcomponent to these technological forces. I cannot wind this topic up by simply saying that we are going to make use of ICT and then information and communication technology is going to suffice whatever I want to speak here about doing marketing in the digital era. There are different subcomponents to it. When we talk about technological forces, we have to understand what is this internet technology all about. what is cyber security all about, what is mobile and SMS messaging and the applications, what is the role of mobile apps which are being floated in the market by the marketers, and most of the activities they are being performed on that specific app, and what are the emerging technologies which are changing every now and then. So, when we talk about technological forces, it is coming with a basket, it is coming with a portfolio of different sub factors, different key elements. So, all these elements, they are supposed to be discussed and understood in detail, so that we do not commit a mistake while formulating a strategy and implementing it. So, in order to be strategically agile, we have to understand these subcomponents in detail. Now, let us start with the first term called internet technology. When we talk about internet technology, what is this internet? The physical network that is linking computers across the globe. If I have to define internet, you all must have been the student of information technology as well at some point or the other. So, we all understand what is internet. It is basically a physical network that is linking computers across the globe. You can define it like that. And if you ask me to give an explanation to this, I would say it comprises of the infrastructure of network servers and communication links between them, and they are used to hold and transport the vast amount of information. There is no limit of information when we are communicating it through the internet. So, you can call it, you can consider it to be as good as a physical network is, which is linking computers across the globe. So, beyond the geographical boundaries, you can communicate, and not only communicate, whatever information and whatever is the extent of information that you can share, that you can disseminate across your customers. So, web content, what is a modus operandi here? If you look at this internet technology, the entire content is called as web content, and it is stored on web server computers, and then accessed by users who are actually using it at their interface, depending upon the kind of instrument they have. Somebody may access the information on desktop, somebody may access the information on mobile phone, or according to their requirement. At times they are mixing both the platforms. At times when you are at your office, you are using the same information, you are accessing the same information on your machine, that is called your computer, and when you are traveling, you are actually making use of either your laptop or your mobile web browser software, which is displaying the information, and they are allowing users to interact and select links to access different websites. So, it seems to be a very simple thing. You must be thinking that why am I explaining to you what is this internet technology, because we have to understand that what is the purpose. Suppose if you are developing a website which is being accessed by a customer on his cell phone, but your website is not mobile friendly. The website has not been developed keeping in mind the friendliness towards the mobile phone. So, we have to understand that anywhere or everywhere, whenever it is accessed, whenever it is opened, the complete information should be easily accessible to all the users who are actually using this internet technology. So, while developing that website, or while developing that app, this point must be kept in mind, that there can be multiple interfaces of users, there can be multiple ways of accessing these information. So, we have to understand that yes, this is called as rich media. When we talk about rich media, for instance audio or video content, it is actually regarded as rich media because of its effectiveness, because it is more effective when you listen, or when you watch a video which is having audio and video, both the component. That is called as rich media, and it can also be stored on a web server or a specialist streaming media server. So, nowadays we all understand that everything is available on YouTube. So, this is one of the best example of rich media. So, if you have to promote your website address, web address, it is important, which is a very important information for marketing communications. The technical name for these web addresses is actually known as URL, and to which we call as universal resource locator or uniform resource locator. So, on that URL, with the help of that URL, if you are not developing a specific app, by the way of accessing to that with the help of that URL, or that is called as web address, anybody or everybody can access the information. But when we are floating the information and we are inviting our customers to access information about our products, our services, our availabilities, or a huge set of information we are going to share with our different users or potential users, we have to keep in mind the second very significant aspect, that is called as cyber security. When we talk about the security, the term privacy comes in a very automatic manner, in a very obvious manner. And nowadays people say that privacy is something which can be considered to be a myth, because every information of yours is being shared when you are actually doing the marketing. As a customer, the moment you place an order, not only your location but also your basic details are being shared. So, here comes the role of cyber security. What is security? Security is basically a key technological factor for marketers to consider, because it is going to be the most significant concern of the customers whenever they are going to make use of the information, whenever they are going to access the information available on the web, or either it is the website or it is the application which your company has developed. So, you have to ensure, you have to make it sure that customers feel secure in the cyber world when they are actually accessing information on your website, or when they are exchanging their information on your app or on website. They should rest assured that yes, this link is secured enough, this site is secure enough. So, from a consumer's point of view, these are the main security risks which are involved in an e-commerce transactions. The moment we make a specific e-commerce transaction, there are certain risks which are involved. So, let me tell you about those risks which are there. The first and the foremost risk is the leakage of confidential details, or you can say the passwords accessed on users computer. There can be hackers who can hack the password also. So, confidential details or passwords accessed on users computer is the first and the foremost risk which some of the customers, they are actually skeptical about. They feel that yes, my password can also be hacked. The transaction or credit card details, at times you find the information that the site or the page of payment is asking you to save the details of your credit card or your debit card, and it is always being communicated that the information which you are sharing on this specific website is safe, that is not going to be shared anywhere. That comes under the head of cyber security. So, transaction or credit card details, they can be stolen in transit. There can be a risk of customers' credit card details stolen from merchant server. There can be a risk of customers' details accessed by company staff. There can also be a risk of the third party people, the merchants or customers are not who they claim to be. There can be some fraudsters who are, or scamsters who are making identical websites which is completely identical to that of yours. So, you have to keep an eye on that. So, those who are claiming to be your company, and the innocent party can be drawn into fraudulent trading situation or transaction. So, these are some of the cyber security threats which are there in front of marketers as well as customers. So, we have to understand what is the role of digital marketer here, what you should do as a marketer when it comes to cyber security. As a digital marketer, you should ensure a safe digital environment for your users, whosoever is visiting your website or having access to your mobile application. You have to ensure that the environment which you are offering is actually safe. So, the digital environment which you are offering, that need to be safe, and for that you have to be vigilant towards the complaints which you are receiving from your customers, and that need to be secured. At least the payment segment must be given the due significance, must be given the due importance when it comes to cyber security. And once the security measures are in place, the content on merchant site can be used to reassure the customer. So, you have to be very particular, be very vigilant and meticulous about the cyber security aspect of your information which is being shared with the customers, the digital environment in which you are operating, that need to be safe from the point of view of the customers. And that is also good for the company, because once the customers are finding it unsafe, then of course the traffic of customers on your website is going to be very slow, which any customer, any marketer is not going to like, is not going to appreciate. So, cyber security is the second aspect wherein and it actually comes under the head of challenges, because we are having huge opportunity of sharing our information about our products and services beyond the geographical boundaries of your country or the market where you are operating. But at the same time, you cannot deny to the challenges which is being posed by the problem of cyber security. I would say the insecurity which is there, and for that you have to ensure you have to fix the problems related to cyber security. The third aspect is mobile and SMS messaging and applications. So, the short message services which is called as texting. It is, what is texting? It is basically the simplest form of person to person communication, which is enabling messages to be transferred or transacted between mobile phones. So, it is actually, its use grew for many years. Initially the text messages, they were very much popular, but as of now, if you look, it is now on the decline as consumers turn to messaging via social networks. If you ask me as an individual, I hardly go for looking at the text messages, unless it is a banking transaction where either my account is debited or it is credited. So, barring those financial transactions, I do not think that people are nowadays using text messages for sharing information, and they hardly bother about that, except, again I am reminding, except it is a financial transaction, because banks and financial institutions, they are still sharing the information on your phone through text messages only. So, unless it is a financial transaction, we normally do not go for looking at the text messages frequently. So, initially it grew for many years, but now what is the reality? If you look at the present day reality, I would say that there is a huge decline into the text messaging. And now what is happening? The use of applications, the messaging via social networks and new mobile messaging applications. For instance, we can talk about Viber, we can talk about WhatsApp, which are billed as SMS replacements. They are actually called as the best replacement of the text messages, or what you call as texting. So, you have to understand that wherever and in whatever format my customer is accessing the internet or accessing the technology, we have to be available in that mode only. We cannot force the customer to remain or to stick to our expectations only. We have to understand what are their expectations. So, on whichever platform they are available and whatever they are finding to be convenient, as a marketer we are supposed to be present there. We are supposed to be present as per their convenience. So, my dear learners, as I told you about the replacement of text messages by the way of the messages through different other domains, different other apps, the texting became increasingly popular as means for brands to communicate with the customers. So, if you talk about, as I told you, banks notify customers of their current or savings account details. Retailers, they are sending delivery notifications through text messages. Nowadays, they are replacing it through the messages on different apps like WhatsApp and Viber also. Airlines, they are normally sending their boarding and flight details through the text messages, but they are also switching to the same area where we talk about the messaging through the other platforms, supply chain management applications for notifying managers of problems or deliveries, they are also using the text messages. So, I am not denying to the role of text messages, but yes, the usage rate is quite low as compared to what it was 10 years back. So, as a marketer, we should understand the new realities, the new trends of the market. Now, coming to the next aspect, that is called mobile apps. Now, what is the role of having mobile apps? Why companies are willing that customers should confine their activities to a specific app rather than visiting their website time and again and having access to the information, because they want that when they are when they are accessing the information, they should confine themselves to your company, to your brand, to your product only. So, what is this mobile app? It is actually a software application which is designed for use on a mobile phone. Typically, it can be downloaded from an app store. For instance, if we talk about Google as a service provider, you can download it from Google Play Store or App Store. So, researchers indicate that approximately, or you can say more than 90% of mobile time which is used by the users, it is actually used or consumed in mobile apps. So, 90% of our time spent in the digital world is somehow spent in the area of mobile apps only. So, either we are actually busy in one app or the other, but yes, more than 90% of the time is being spent in mobile app. This is the new reality. Perhaps it is not surprising, since the majority of app time is in social media applications. So, most of the times we are busy into that. So, through reviewing the types of apps that have proved popular, businesses can access the potential for them to develop applications for their audiences. So, we have to understand, my dear learners, that there are certain key questions which are in front of us as a marketer. Are these apps a strategic priority for us? This is the first question in front of us. That do you think as a marketer that these apps are a strategic priority for us? The goal of apps for most organizations will be to increase awareness and sales, or publishers' revenue from advertising or subscriptions. Second question is, do we build our own app and or we are willing to leverage the existing apps? So, advertising and sponsorship options, they may be a more cost effective method to build reach and awareness of a brand, and that is why we are using that. The third question comes whether we should have some charges while using those apps. It should be free or it should be paid apps. So, retailers nowadays generally they are offering free apps, and they call it to be a freemium, free plus premium. That this approach is being used as a standard approach, and this is the new reality of the market, that nobody is going to charge anything from you for simply downloading the app. Now, the fourth question is which category of application to target, that also you have to decide. So, how to best promote mobile apps, that is something which you are going to answer as a marketer. This is a new reality. So, the most popular methods of app discovery are that you have to search the app store, recommendations from friends and family, there can be an email promotion, there can be different ways of promoting that. But the question here is that mobile apps are the new realities, and accordingly marketers should develop their own app, and they should promote their products on those apps whenever the customers are visiting. So, it can be updated instantly, it can be updated according to your requirement. So, these were some of the significant components of technological forces which I had discussed with you in this lecture of mine. The remaining part of the components I would be sharing with you in the next very lecture of mine. Thank you so much.